Hi everybody, I'm Paul Devlin, SUSE's Chief Customer Officer. I'm so excited to be joined today by HPE Greenlake's Senior Vice President and General Manager, Keith White. Thank you for joining me, Keith.
Hey, Paul, thanks so much for having me. I'm really excited to be part of the SUSE family and part of SUSECON, so thank you.
Thank you. Keith, you've had a really long and successful career, having come to HPE from Microsoft, where you were highly instrumental in driving the growth of Microsoft Azure. Why don't you start by telling us a little bit about yourself?
You bet. Yeah, I was at Microsoft for about 25 plus years. And as you said, my last role was running the Azure business, along with the whole intelligent cloud business from a sales, go-to-market, and partner ecosystem standpoint. So I had a chance to talk to a lot of customers there. And as you can imagine, most of our customers were really looking at hybrid type solutions. And so when HPE called and said they were going through a similar transformation, it was a really interesting role to come over. So I've been here for about 15 months now, driving the Greenlake business, and we've seen just massive growth and a lot of excitement going on as we bring the cloud to our customers.
Fantastic. Look, you discussed that your CEO, Antonio Neri, had laid out HPE's ambitious and NERIC plans of offering everything as a service by 2022 through HPE Greenlake. And since then, Keith, I've seen you guys really lean into this. Can you talk a little bit, how is it going? Are you on track to reach those milestones?
Yeah, Paul, it's a great question, and we are on track. So in essence, HPE is really transforming itself to be much more of a software and a cloud services company. And so Antonio putting a stake in the ground by 2022 really kickstarted ourselves. And it's been exciting, from a Greenlake standpoint, we've delivered a number of cloud services now for our customers. And so we have our base sort of compute, storage, and networking capabilities. But last June, we announced our virtual machines as a service, as well as our machine learning and operations service capabilities. And then this recent December, we announced our HPC as a service, which you can imagine is a pretty significant undertaking for us. And then just recently, we've been announcing our containers as a service, bare metal, and then containers on bare metal as a service. So we are full steam ahead on this transformation.
Fantastic. And it's really good to see all the work that the team has done with Greenlake. Keith, I wonder if you could tell us, how has Greenlake impacted your customers and their digital transformation journeys?
No, it's a great question, Paul. And as you see it with our joint customers as well, the reality is they are all going through their digital transformations, and they're looking at modernizing their environments, really getting to automation. And frankly, the cloud's brought forward, I think, a pretty high set of expectations for our customers, right? So in essence, they now expect this cloud experience. So it has to be automated, self-serve, capacity available on demand. At the same time, I want to be able to use a variety of different tools and resources that are out there. The second is the cloud's brought this idea of cloud economics. Hey, I just want to pay for what I use. Yep. And I just want to pay for the systems that I'm leveraging, not have to write big checks for everything. And then I think another huge part of that is this whole idea of cloud management and the idea that everything is managed for me on the back end. Patching, performance, capacity monitoring, et cetera, so that I can take my valuable resources and focus those on the things that matter, which are these big challenging problems. And so HPE Greenlake does that. It brings that full cloud experience to the customer on their premise, right? So in their data center, in their colo, or at the edge. And then we partner very closely with the public cloud providers to really bring these hybrid solutions together for our customers, because the world is really multi-cloud, and It is, really a hybrid scenario.
Sure. And Keith, I was recently reading about Kern County in California. I wonder if you could share that story with us.
Yeah, you bet. It's actually pretty consistent with what we're seeing from a lot of our customers. So Mac Avancenia, who's the CIO there, came from the private sector into Kern County. And when he got in there, he looked across his 40 different offices and organizations and saw everyone was doing something different. So he centralized all that so that he could consolidate his buying power. And then he pivoted his central organization to be much more of a cloud service provider out to these 40 different groups. And so at the same time that he was pivoting, he was modernizing and updating. And he brought Greenlake in to see very significant cost savings, to also go from an OPEX, from a CapEx spend to more of an OPEX scenario, but also to take all of that management capability off so that he could go and focus his resources on delivering those solutions so that they can innovate. Now, interestingly enough, for Mac and Kern County, he did all of this right before COVID hit. And so he was also able to take his environment and provide VDI services out to the majority of their users so that they could work from home and still be productive. And so he had that infrastructure in place to do that. So it's a great example of what a lot of our customers are seeing as they move into this digital transformation.
Fantastic. And I think I read they made about 40% cost savings. Is that correct?
Yeah, it was a significant cost savings, 40%. And he's been just a fantastic voice for us because, he knows what it takes in the private sector. He sees what's happening in the public sector, and everyone's trying to save costs. COVID really did create a hole for a lot of people from a revenue standpoint, from a cost standpoint, from a technology standpoint. And so, again, just a great example of what we can do for our customers.
Fantastic story, Keith. Thank you for sharing that. At SUSE, we know what an important partner HPE Greenlake is to us. Could you maybe expand for the audience, Keith, on how SUSE fits in to the HPE Greenlake strategy?
Yeah, well, overall, the partnership has just been fantastic. I mean, 25 plus years of joint engineering and innovation. SUSE technology powers all of our ProLiant servers. It powers all of the underlying OS for our big Cray systems as well. So you're really helping us from end to end. And as you know, SAP has been a really strong partnership as well because most of the underlying OS that is powered by that piece as well. So we've just had, from a company standpoint, just a fantastic partnership. And when Greenlake came about, we said, hey, look, we want to build all of our Greenlake offerings on SUSE Linux as really that underlying operating system platform. And recently we announced our Esmeralda container platform and Esmeralda container as a service, which also runs on top of SUSE as well. I mentioned MLOps, machine learning operations, and our AI capabilities. All of that is also leveraging SUSE and Rancher as well. So, we've really sort of integrated everything into what we're doing with Greenlake, from zero touch, security scenarios, to our control and management plane. Like we really rely heavily on you, along with the SAP implementation that we've just brought to market. So again, the partnership's been fantastic. We rely on each other, and I'm really excited to bring these solutions to our joint customers.
Keith, thank you. And look, thank you so much for your time today. We've been on this journey together for 25 years. We are looking forward to the next 25 years of partnership, where I know together with HPE and SUSE, we can provide the smoothest digital transformation journey for our customers.
100%. It's going to be fun, and it's really going to be exciting to see where we take our customer solutions going forward. So thanks for the opportunity, and thanks for the great partnership.
It sure will, Keith. And to everybody listening, please join HPE in the other two sessions. There's also going to be a demo on Edge during SUSECON. Thanks for listening. Keith, thank you again for the partnership, for spending the time with us today. And to everybody, we look forward to speaking to you soon.
Thanks so much, Paul. Always a pleasure. Thanks.
Thanks.